Hey, this is Mitch with Tight Nutrition. So I want to talk a little bit about some low back pain, low back soreness. So the statistics show that the vast majority of us, especially in America, are going to have low back pain at some point. And really, if you look at statistically worldwide, every year we continue to see an increase in low back pain, which I challenge my clinician friends on that, because if we're really as good as we think we are, those numbers should be going down instead of going up. So that's part of the reason why this fitness initiative that we're going after here at Tight Nutrition is so important, because we need to fight some of these things, get people moving, and make sure that we're as healthy as we can be so we get out of pain and enjoy the lifestyle that we all want. So a few exercises that are going to help us get started here if you're having some low back soreness. Number one would be a shin box position. There is a direct connection between hip internal rotation and low back pain. And if you look at me, I really struggle with this position. I don't have very much hip internal rotation. It's definitely something I need to continue to work on. But I want to be in this position here. I've got one leg wrapped around in front, the other leg wrapped around behind. Now, if you have trouble getting to this position, I've got a pad underneath my hips. You can sit on a pillow or two, and that'll help you get there. The goal is to be able to sit up here upright, vertical, and push this hip down. And so what I can feel is a really good stretch on this right hip, because I'm really challenging hip internal rotation. And so from here, I like to just transition this over and work the other side. Same thing, trying to get upright and challenge this rotation here. And then I can work back and forth, working on some active dynamic mobility if I want to. So then from here, after I've worked on some of that hip mobility, I want to start to free up some of these spinal segments. So a lot of us that have low back soreness and pain, it's because we're sitting in cars, we're sitting in chairs at work way too much, and these spinal segments really just get stuck. So an easy way to start to get them moving is a cat camel exercise. So I've got my hands right underneath my shoulders, packing them in nice and tight. And then I'm just going to start to work some mobility throughout this entire segment. So I also like to build breathing into this. So I'm going to inhale as I go into flexion as far as I can. And then I'm going to exhale as I go into extension and look up. And then I inhale and then exhale, packing these shoulders in nice and tight. So the whole idea here is I'm just getting these various segments in my spine moving over top of each other, which is going to start to free them up and get you feeling a little bit better. So I'm not a huge fan of planks, especially for people who have low back pain, because what I find is people get into a plank position, they go here, they get tired, they stick their butt up in the air, and they're actually adding to their low back pain. So I hear it all the time. People say, I do planks to help my low back, but it actually hurts more after I do them. So what I like to do is a hover exercise. So we're gonna be here, hands and knees. I want my hands underneath my shoulders, my knees and feet are hip width apart, pack them in nice and tight, and then I dig my toes in and lift my knees up off the floor about 1 inch. And what this allows me to do is maintain a lot more neutral spine position, and it forces my core and trunk stabilizers to have to do the work instead of allowing me to cheat my way through it with my low back creating stability. So you're gonna find that you'll feel a lot better and still be challenged with regards to your stability by doing a hover. So again, we're just here and we can hold it as long as we need to. Make sure those shoulders stay packed in nice and tight. So these are 3 simple exercises you can do to get you going if you're having some low back soreness, some low back pain. And make sure, if you're interested in more information on other areas, always check out our YouTube videos for more content, and then always follow us on our social media as well for more great information. So follow Tight Nutrition and myself to help you on your fitness journey.